Hey everyone, hope everything is going well. Okay, over at Chat PDF, got a new case or a new information in the Golden Spiegel Brothers lawsuit. This was filed, what, a few days ago or 3, 4 days ago. I didn't cover it, but let's take a look at what AI has to say about this. The defendants, Golden Auctions and Ken Golden, submitted their amended answer and defenses against claims brought by Stephen and Alan Spiegel. Excuse me, Alan Spiegel. They admit some facts but deny others, and also they say lack enough information to confirm some allegations. The case deals. Okay, we know what the case deals with. Defendants assert affirmative defenses, including failure to state a claim, statute of limitations waiver, and failure to mitigate damages. I don't know how the statute of limitation works in this situation when the lawsuit, I believe, was filed within a 2 year time frame. But I'm not a lawyer, not a lawyer. Okay, and this is what some of the things that they're saying. Fraudulent inducement. This is what they're saying of the Spiegel. The Spiegels made knowingly false representation and omissions, including the upper deck authenticated patch. Golden reasonably relied on these misrepresentations in deciding to auction the LeBron RPA. As a result, Golden suffered damages, including lost profits and diminished business value. Well, hold up, hold up, hold up. Now, if you have people that are accused of being on payroll that may have had some sort of influence in taking the Spiegel brothers card down, card collector 291 is one of them that allegedly was on payroll and was working to get the card down from my older videos. And then two, you have to look at the fact that number one, you had Shine 150, who's been accused of being on payroll, according to one of the lawsuits, and had a role in convincing card porn and all of them to take the card down. So I don't know how this will play out in the court setting, but this is a I'm not saying he's wrong, Golden, for saying this, but I don't agree. And then he says Spiegel's breached the contract or breached the consignment agreement by failing to provide complete information about the LeBron James RPA. They included failing to disclose Upper Deck's concern about the patch and the fact that Upper Deck did not authenticate it. As a result of the breach, Golden suffered damages. Oh, he's turning it around, including lost profits, diminished business value. Okay, so there it is. We're probably going to see a court case regarding this. I do want to see what happens, and I do want to see who was on payroll on Golden. Was that fake news, or were those individuals on payroll in some capacity as a contractor and had the card or convinced card porn and all of them to tell Golden to take the card down? So that's what I'm looking for. In terms of other hanky panky this week, all right. So I was sent this earlier this week. Michael Jordan card prices are surpassing pandemic peaks. Why now? Okay, this is on the New York Times. I don't trust this outlet. I don't trust mainstream media to begin with. But if you're just looking at who they're quoting, Brian Dennison, this same dude, Cajun Cardboard, has admitted in videos of using avocado oil to, smoothen up these cards. Now you got to ask yourself, what else has he been doing? Like when I look at the high end, I avoid it because look, you have these people on YouTube admitting to using avocado oil. You have these other, and then, who's that other dude? Kurt's Card Care. Like on a blowout forum, there's a screenshot of this Cajun cardboard showing the fire emoji, in regards to one of his posts. Like, look, what has this dude done behind closed doors? You know, in videos, he shows he uses avocado oil. Nat Turner doesn't care. Nat Turner doesn't care at all. You know why? Because Nat Turner hangs out with Goonblatt. And speaking of Goonblatt, we're going to get to it right in a quick minute. All right. So Jeff Wilson has been embarrassing himself the last few days. And ultimately, he posted a screenshot of fair thoughts here of something Ephus Pitch, posted. So let me remind you, Ephus Pitch, they want to present him, he and his buddies. I am civil with P. Ryan, but you got to be real here. Ephus Pitch is one of those guys that hangs out with the Good Old Boy Network. One of his buddies, who is a meme person, is bribed by a former cocaine dealer. Ephus Pitch doesn't like conspiracy theories, but is part of the conspiracy. This is what is known as controlled opposition. So if you see Jeff Wilson, when he gets the heat, if he's going to link up to Ephus Pitch, be careful. Be careful, everyone, because these guys who are controlled opposition, they're tied to shady people, and they will not call out the big problems in the hobby. They're not going to call out when Ruben hangs out with the former cocaine dealer. They're not going to talk about, important issues. Their buddies are going to be bribed by former cocaine dealers. They're going to work behind scenes coming after me. But guess what? I speak the truth to the best of my ability. And I will not gaslight people, just like controlled opposition forces in this hobby. All right. Let's look at, this is Goonblatt, going back to Goonblatt, right? I talked about Goonblatt earlier, or allegedly, if you look at blowout forums. This guy was in Miami the other day. Oh, yeah, they had a show out in Miami. Any cocaine money infiltrating the shows? Who knows? So, like I told you, hobby deep state, hobby elite look the other way when it comes to this. Why? Because he was able, based on all these blowout forums, to manipulate high-end Asians. And then on top of it, you have to look at the fact, was there a Jung Woo Park at the Miami show? Just asking questions, because apparently there's a Jung Woo Park in one of his posts. So, anyways, well, last thing. Thank you for traveling 22 hours to see us. See you in Macau soon. Oh, yep, that's a good way to manipulate high-end Asians. There you go. Already did that with the PMGs over a decade ago. And this is from Jay Bells on Instagram. He made a good point in his Instagram reel, but he said that, hey, look, you had this dude, Steve Aoki, his dad opened up Benihana's, but also, yeah, he was a Fed. Is it like father, like son? Hanging out with this guy? Oh man. Just another week of hanky panky in the hobby. Anyways, let me know your thoughts and I'll talk to you later. See ya. Bye.